Welcome back to the Death Curse. This is session number 6, also entitled the Firefinger, but with a question mark to differentiate it from the last session where we didn't make it to the Firefinger, even though I thought we would. Last session at the end, after defeating a grouping of assassin vines and running afoul of a couple of Grung scouts, the group has lost one of their number. They understand what's happened to some degree, and are basically on the cusp of deciding whether or not they're going to tail the individual or if they are going to go a different route. I leave the floor to everyone but Kevin.
So I thought we had made the decision at the end of last session to go ahead with our
Wasn't
promise.
televised.
Wasn't televised? Yeah. So that's what we said we would do, and that we would come back and avenge Peyroth's death.
Yeah, Firefinger first, Dungerlong on the way back, if we're so inclined. See if we how what we look like at the end of the Firefinger.
Sounds good. Okay, well, if that's the case, you'll note that the new mascot has been determined for the group. I believe it was the second most popular option when you were voting the first time around, that being the Furbolg. That being said, since Zach is not here, the token is optioned for everyone to be able to utilize. Feel free to move a hex and roll a d20. And also, I'm going to slip into secret time real quick. Kevin, you'll be able to join me, and we'll have a quick discussion there.
Okay.
John, just
Sorry.
Andy was trying to ask you something.
Yeah, I don't care. Hold on a second. So this is being broadcast, obviously. But you were actually being hunted by Grun. Remember, you said that you wanted to be someone who basically had a run afoul on the sea and kind of made your way in. At Kitcher's Inlet, your group was heading toward Port Castigliar, and basically was attacked at sea by Sahagwin. You, luckily, upon your ship being basically utterly destroyed, made your way onto the shore south of the Kitcher's Inlet, have wandered across the riverway from Ataz Muaha into the forests near the Firefinger. You steered clear of the Firefinger and are trying to find some form of civilization. And the Firefinger has basically posed a distraction for you, and also your directionality is lost. So you think you're heading towards Port Castigliar, but instead you're actually heading more inland towards Dungerlung. You were basically being hunted by Grung and pushed away, and at that point decided this isn't the kind of civilization you should be going for, and are heading the opposite direction now. And in this first movement that they're taking, if it's a combat movement, you'll be engaged in combat, and they'll be coming to basically falling upon you. If it's not a combat movement and it's something else, they'll basically be running upon you at that point. Sound good?
Okay, so I washed on the shore, trying to find civilization. I'm going inland, start running into Grung, realize this is a bad idea, change direction, and now at some point I'm going to meet them.
Correct. The Grung that actually killed Peyroth were actually looking for your character, Calder.
Oh god.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's switch back in. Alright, what were you saying, Andy? I apologize.
no, you fixed it. I was just mentioning that the tiles in the Twitch are off and now they're back.
Yeah,
No, it's-
Jeremy was in your square and you were in his. Yep. Okay, so what'd you roll on that d20, representative?
10.
Okay, not bad. As you're moving through the forest, I would like for Kevin, go ahead and make a stealth check and a perception check, and then as a group, the rest of the party make a stealth check and a deception check. I do not know if Zach's character is currently controlled by anyone besides Zach. I'll check to see if that's the case. He is not, so I'll go ahead and give control of him to Jeremy, since they are good brothers. They should be able to make a perception check with the Furbolg. Doral is his name.
I'm far too honest.
That your
Not-
brother
not
almost killed
deception,
you last time. just saying.
Perception.
Oh, oops. 21.
Yeah, I'm far more perceptive.
Okay. So, as you are wandering through, the scouts are kind of holding back and keeping an eye on your back. they're very concerned with keeping your flank defended, and you notice that there's a bit of a look of worry on Hackenstone's face. He seems a bit worried, kind of concerned as to what happened just earlier today. And you all are forward facing. And Rusk, up ahead, you see that there appears to be someone kind of just sitting to themselves at the base of a tree, just kind of sitting there, calmly, collected. Kevin, go ahead and describe your character. You're the one sitting at the tree base.
It's a blue skin, pointed eared fellow with like whitish, kind of blue hued hair. Long flowing jacket. It's not armored or anything. It's pretty light. His clothing looks kind of beat up, like he's kind of been lost in these parts for a while. Pretty easy to tell. He's got a rapier at his side, book tucked into his jacket, and yeah, that's kind of it.
He doesn't seem to be kind of aware of your presence, Rusk, as you're kind of up towards the front, looking ahead. But as you're kind of moving up, you hear like a loud twig crack. As you look back, you see very quickly Old One Eye, the other lizard folk, has stepped on a pretty decent sized twig that had a bit of a gap between it and the actual ground, and has caused a loud popping sound to echo through the forest. Calder, you turn and look in that direction and see about 6 or so individuals. Looks like just shadowy figures in the forest as it's getting closer to dark, and they appear to be kind of moving up upon your position. What do you do?
It's very obviously they're not what's been chasing me.
The one that's kind of to the lead, Chris, go ahead and describe your character for him.
A large lizard folk, definitely looks like a big walking iguana, but red colored. Very muscular, and with a big maul on his back.
He doesn't have it brandished.
No, he's rowing. I thought we
You're
are
not
not
on
going
boats
down
anymore.
river.
No.
No, we're in the jungle.
Okay, then no, it's at his side then. If we're not on boats, then yeah, he's walking.
Yeah, if they're not approaching with weapons drawn, then I would just kind of like maybe put a hand out like a wave to kind of gauge what happens.
He casually waves at you all. What do you all do?
I would definitely. The whole group sees him, right?
Yeah, he's not really hiding.
Okay. I would stop.
Okay.
I guess Old One Eye, I would kind of slowly take an arrow out of my quiver. I don't have it knocked, but just kind of like it's at the ready, and then I kind of go over to Hackenstone or whoever, whichever guy's close to me, and say, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah? I don't know. The woman, Azaka, kind of looks to him, a stranger in these parts, not a local.
Identify yourself.
My name's Calder. I mean, no harm to you unless you're with those damn frogs.
We are not with those damn frogs.
Oh, that's a relief. They've been chasing me since I've got on this godforsaken island.
What are you doing out here?
I was a crew member of a ship, and our ship was torn apart by a storm at the sea. And next thing I knew, I woke up on the shore here, and I've been trying to make my way to the nearest port, but it seems like I'm just getting myself into more and more trouble with these native frog folk.
Yeah, you're a ways off from the nearest port. Shadow would look to Old One Eye as sailors and kind of give each other a strange look.
I would ask what kind of ship he was sailing on.
Galleon.
A galleon.
I would want to try to test him to see if he's actually a sailor. So,
Okay.
talk about
Well, if Kevin knows, basically has the cut of the jib and wants to start throwing out the lingo, he can. But his character is well aware of the lingo, so he would basically shoot shop with you, and the two of you would kind of go.
Okay.
And he'd explain that he, as the type that he is, acted as basically standard seaman, but he had additional responsibilities as forward scout, coast scout, and also he would sometimes serve in the trying to think of the name of the thing that's up at the top.
Crow's nest.
That's what.
Crow's nest?
Yeah, that's my brain not working right now. I'm trying to keep my cat from jumping up and knocking over my camera. But yeah, crow's nest would sometimes serve as crow's nest.
We've also had trouble with the grung. We lost one of ours to them.
Well, maybe we can help each other then. So yeah, they are by no means any friends of mine, and they seem to be pretty intent on collecting my head.
You hear Hackenstone kind of give a and who was the individual that paid the leader that kind of paid the way for Azaka? Because the two of them are kind of looking at you as you're engaging with this individual, their arms crossed, kind of looking to you.
You mean which one of the group paid Azaka?
Yeah, which one was the one who like negotiated that deal?
I think that was Steve, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you wander over to them to talk?
Yeah, well, I was already talking. I was already beside them because I asked if they knew what this thing was.
They kind of weasel around you, kind of like forming a little bit of a cloistered kind of conversation circle. And Hackenstone kind of looks to Azaka, and Azaka looks to you. I don't know how worthy he's going to be and capable he's going to be, but if we're going to keep him around, you must address the fact that he's going to be required to fight. We're going to the Firefinger, and if that is not his intent, we might as well leave him here. It's not our goal to save anyone out here in the jungle, but if he's not willing to serve, then he's going to have to pay for those protections. Hackenstone says, "Sorry, it's just the way of the forest. It's the way the way of the jungle. If we come back with a person who didn't have a guide, and the merchant prince hears about it, we're going to be charged for bringing him back. It's a shitty lot, to be sure. So if he doesn't have coin, you better have blade or spell."
Well, now I'll kind of like rub the frills on his chin and just nod. It's the law of the jungle, I suppose.
It's more the law of
So-
Fort Nine Zaru, but yeah, the jungle too.
Say, Hail, what is your name? You have pointy ears like an elf, or are they?
Oh yeah,
Like, Hail, elf. What is your name?
Calder.
If this guy's already been grung bait the whole time he's been out here, do we really want him around? Because all he's done is run into grung, and that's what we want to avoid. He said they're hunting his head.
We're not on a mission of mercy. We're looking for a fight, so you have to keep that in mind if you're going to stay with us.
I
One
mean,
way. You're gonna have to pay your way one way or another, whether it's with blood or with coin. We can't have any stragglers with us.
I can't help much in the way of coin as it stands. I seem to have lost most of my wealth at sea. I've survived this long alone, and I mean, I can't argue with traveling with more companions being a much safer idea. I'm no slouch in combat, and Calder will kind of draw his rapier and do like some equivalent to like water dancing in Game of Thrones, puts on like a show for you, and yeah.
Make anybody who's interested can make an intelligence arcana check.
I don't know much about that, but I do know about the skill of his rapier.
It's outside of your ken, actually. The moves that he's utilizing with the blade seem to be different in kind to yours, but they're also so different in kind that you don't think you could replicate them with your clawed fingertips. Like the way he's moving the needle of the rapier and the way he's moving the hilt of the weapon around in his hands in this dance, it's very elvish.
You have some skill with that blade, but know that these are my companions. I've traveled with them for some time. I'm willing to risk my life to save them, but you're a stranger.
You hear
I will
kind of
not
like a
hesitate to leave
shuffling.
you behind.
You hear a shuffling from the back. Huh! Oh! Are you a blade minstrel? One of those singers?
I am.
Oh, yeah, we're keeping this one. Fuck all the talk, let's move. Keep up, boy. Starts wandering off.
How does Hakuto know about blade dance? I want to ask him or blade singing.
Do you walk up to him and ask?
Yeah, how do you know? How's it that you've come to know about?
Oh, I traveled with one 20 or so years ago. Back in, well, no, it was more than that. Back when I was living in Faerun. Yeah. Most masterful blade master I'd ever seen. Oh, if you're half as good, then you're more than worthy of staying in our group for sure.
Fucking Atkinson, dude.
He's been around the block.
He's seen it all.
Alright. So that was square 2. Actually, that was square 1, because you were attacked after a long rest by the assassin vines. So this is effectively going to be the second square of the day. So it's not later in the day. No, you're traveling at night. My brain's not working. I apologize. It's been a long week of working. It's the middle of the night now. It was early night when you caught into him. Now it's towards the middle of the night. So then go ahead and move more and more square. Keep in mind your trajectory should be leading you towards the Firefinger. Give me a d20 roll.
4.
Okay. Yet another couple hours of travel here. Fortunate, nothing seems to be amassing or causing you any issue. You do hear some strange kind of sounds coming in from the east, but they're very far away. The 3 sailors of the group kind of immediately kind of recognize what that seems to be. It's thunder offshore. It seems to be kind of like a royal off the coast. So you're some distance away, like hundreds of miles away, but it seems to be such a strong enough storm that you can hear it even from out this far. All right. That was move number 2. So one last one for me, because 3 moves a day. And give me a d20 roll.
20.
Perfect. Roll a d100.
Oh god.
Oh.
29.
One second. All right. Okay. Okay. So as you kind of get to your position here and kind of get settled in, are kind of looking about for a good place to camp, the river is kind of down the hill a bit. Like there's kind of a decline from the jungle that seems to descend into a large clearing. You can't see directly into the clearing. However, you can still kind of see bits and pieces of what's down there, kind of descent into this portion of the jungle, this open portion of the jungle. And then another thing that you start to see as you're all kind of moving about is a very large figure that appears to be kind of shaped like this, kind of moving across the forest line until it seems to enter into the forest, turning antecedent or skew to where it was walking, as it was walking parallel to the forest line, and enters into the forest. It's massive, by the way, some 20 or 30 feet tall.
Humanoid?
Like a long neck dinosaur?
No. Let me show you the shape again.
Okay, so like
It's a T-Rex, my dude.
Calder's holding a cup of water, and ripples just start to form across of it, and he's like, "Oh."
Oh, I thought maybe that was the neck. It was like a brontosaurus. A nice friendly folk.
Arvosaurus.
How far away is it from us?
When you first saw it, some 100 or so feet away. Maybe 200.
How about we get down and be quiet?
Hackenstone suggests is the same thing. I would like for everyone to make a stealth check. I would like the Goliaths to do so with disadvantage, not because of their armor primarily, but yeah, also that.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Dude, Andy, no.
Anybody want to give me their inspiration?
I don't have inspiration.
Dude, for a rogue, you get caught with all these things a rogue should never get caught doing.
Come on, I have the highest bonus as well.
I will say the amount of time that you weren't here the last game, you did really good rogue stuff.
Oh, nice. When I wasn't here, excellent. I know what to do in the future. Just skip it.
Just opt out. I'll be better at this if I'm not here. Okay, so Rusk is on the board. Grun is now on the board. Let's see. Doral is on the board already. Calder is on the board. Who am I missing? Old One Eye.
Rusk.
I got Rusk. Okay, give me a second here. Calder, Rusk, Grun. Alright, I'm moving you to a generic map. And I'm going to move you to one side of it. Azaka will be there in a second, but yeah. Random battle map. So just so you kind of have like an idea, see how there's like water spots on the paper?
Yes.
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 Imagine spots that are water spotted are basically foliage. And like the tree line to the right and the tree line to the left are kind of the water spots on the edges. If that helps you kind of imagine what it looks like.
Was the middle just like open?
It's a little bit more of a clearing than most. As I said, it kind of like there's a lot of trees and stuff, but most of it's kind of descending down towards that hill portion. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Looks good.
All right. So you can position yourselves as you want to be. The motions seem to be coming from that side of the map.
From the side that we're on.
From the left side of the map.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if we're hiding, then yeah, I'm hiding. I'll try to hide in the foliage.
Okay. All right. So as you're kind of hiding a bit, you notice that Shadow, as you're looking in this direction, this huge mass of teeth, this massive maw can be seen. And as you kind of look at it and kind of like see it, you kind of "Oh," like that, but then you hear like "Oh," and it kind of like leaves your lips, and you kind of, but then you see it kind of
No.
and turn in your general direction. You see the creature kind of looking at your group, this massive behemoth of just meat and muscle, and it seems to be very intent in your direction. Let's go ahead and start an initiative board.
All right, boys, time to use some resources. This isn't gonna. I don't think this is gonna be very.
So just a quick note, so we have it understood. What'll end up happening is if you move off of the left or the right side of the board, you will come around to the left side of the board, Mario style, just to keep it simplistic. However, if you cut to the left side, and you're doing so like initially, not after moving several times to the right, you'll be going towards the ravine I mentioned, which is a descent. It looks like there's a gap between like the jungle line and the descent of some 40 feet, but that's again about 100 feet away from you to the left, or about 150 feet away from you to the left. All right. I forgot to put up a tracker. And I forgot to clear the board. Sorry. If you rolled initiative already, just go ahead and roll
No,
it
it
again.
looks right. It's right.
There's multiples.
Oh, I don't see it.
Yeah, go ahead and do it again. And then just put the initiative you initially rolled.
It was bad.
Roll,
Oh, I want this one.
change it to the one you initially rolled.
I know.
You good?
Oh, I had to change it. Keep forgetting if Rangers roll initiative with advantage or not. But I think that's the Ranger revised.
Yeah, the Unearthed Arcana one. Yep.
Can I be that?
We'll talk about possibly remodulating the Ranger. But yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Okay, Calder, you see the creature in front of you. I typically give smarter people a free analyze attempt if they're seeing a creature. You can go ahead and make a nature check if you are trained in nature.
I'm not.
Okay. It looks like a very massive dragon-like creature with really tiny 4 arms.
It's double
Yeah. I mean, Calder's reaction would probably be to run. I don't think he'd want to fuck with this at all. So, I'm gonna take some steps back and then ready in action to cast Witch Bolt at it if the group engages.
Okay. Basically, at the initiation process, everyone's kind of hiding about and has their weapons drawn. It looks like the 2 guys are kind of looking to it and looking at the response to it from the group. And since you're the first one to act, they haven't really taken a measure of what they're going to do yet. I'm going to put them on the initiative board because I forgot to roll them. Sorry, hold on.
You guys wanted to eat a dinosaur. Now's your chance.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Okay. The massive creature starts bearing through the jungle. Trees kind of just get pushed aside from it. It seems to kind of cause it some delay, but not terribly much. As if it's treating it as difficult terrain, not impassable. Once it gets to that point, it kind of barrels down and starts charging.
When you said foliage, can you elaborate on that a little more?
Ferns, brush, basically jungle fodder. It can definitely conceal, but it won't deflect like a big old maw slamming into it. It'll just come up with a little bit of salad, basically.
Not enough to really hide behind.
Yeah,
Just kind of obscure view.
you could obscure view, and if you weren't being engaged in this way, you could have hid behind. But because Shadow kind of shot the bed on that regard.
I mean,
Screwed the pooch.
I meant more like in an attack, like put it between you and it.
Oh no.
Something like a tree.
Yeah, it's gonna go through most shit. But it charges straight down and kind of like it looks like it's about to, like, in the next couple of seconds, just shadow. All right, Azaka, seeing the situation, looking at the probably terror in Shadow's eyes, will play it safe to start. Draw her bow, move around the creature, and take a shot towards its back. She'll take 2 shots, actually. All right. The arrows both hit the hide of the creature. You're not sure how deep or penetrating they are, but they kind of stick out of the back of it. It doesn't seem to kind of change its, opinion on the situation.
Does this trigger my action since she's engaging?
It would.
Witch bolt. Bzz.
Uh,
13.
That'll hit. Damage.
It does, damn. 3.
So the new elf kind of raises the blade, points it to the creature. A bolt of lightning strikes out from the sea elf, connecting the two together, kind of zapping it on its side, causing a bit of a scorch mark. But it doesn't seem to be too phased. It kind of like jolts away from the side like a static shock, but it doesn't seem to be too alarmed by it. The static though remains. All right, Shadow, it's your initiative. It is currently engaged with you.
I'm going to attack it with my rapier.
Okay.
14 to hit.
Yeah.
I assume I get sneak attack damage because of my
Rusk.
rakish audacity, and there's no one with it.
Is a
What's that?
Rusk is adjacent to it, so you get.
Oh, okay. And then sneak attack. So 17, and then I'm going to use my fancy footwork. And I'm going to use bonus action hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
10.
You see it as it kind of gets lanced across the side of the face as it was leaning down, kind of back away from the strike, blood kind of shooting just under the nostril. You almost got it in the hole but didn't, and its big maw kind of turns over top of everybody, not even realizing they're there, and its feet kind of as it turns and arrows its body and shape towards Shadow. Alright. Doral?
Doral does stuff.
That's true. Alright, next up is Hackinson. No,
I don't. Hold on. It's gonna move.
Oh, I should have done something different. Oh well.
He's gonna summon a spiritual weapon over.
Okay.
And it misses. Is there a marker for those? Cool. And the turn and summon, can you take the bonus action and move it and attack again?
No. You use a bonus action to summon it.
Okay. Does he doesn't have any ranged weapons, does he?
I don't believe so. He can cast spells, though. Sacred Flame, perhaps.
Usually he does Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead, that's the one.
He loves his bells.
Hiya, Toll the Dead.
Do it from your first page, not from the last page, and it should do it for the damage.
I didn't see it on there.
Should be in the middle of the attack itinerary.
It is not.
Roll a d12.
12?
D12.
Damn. Well, that's awful.
Alright. And Doral's done. It'll go to Hackenstone. Seeing the situation as it's unfolding, kind of settles himself in between Shadow and the other one kind of gets low, swings.
Thank you.
The ankle of this creature once. That's a swing and a miss. Kind of hits against the hide and kind of just shears a bit of leathery, like armor plating on this creature off a bit, but not deep enough to deal real damage. Rusk.
I'm going to rage and swing.
Okay.
24.
You didn't say with.
Oh, okay.
So 13.
Sorry. 13.
Damage.
+2.
So 6. Okay. Seeing a mass of problems here, the creature's attention starts to change away from Shadow and more towards these little problems that are all about me. Old One Eye.
I'll use a bonus action and declare it as my Slayer's Prey.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will move 30 feet into this northern. Then loose an arrow.
Hold on a second. before you get to that position, it bites you.
How? I
Uh,
wasn't
you're in
within.
its reach. It's got a reach of 10. Then you exited its reach, so it's going to attack.
Oh, son of a bitch! I did not know that.
It kind of like turned around and started looking for individuals. You start to move, and it kind of sees you because Tyrannosaurus Rexes see movement, and it will basically grab you at this point, and bite down on you, and kind of grab a hold of you, and then kind of just throw you down to the ground. You feel the raking of it kind of pulling against your flesh, and also on the side of your face that the eyes are already torn up, feeling like everything that might have been covering that eye or whatever. The flesh, I mean, kind of tearing out of it as well. Blood just gouting out from Old One Eye as he hits the ground, dying.
But not dead.
Right.
Oh my god.
Stay away.
Grun, you're up.
I just signed up for this, dude.
Jump in there. Look at the right character sheet.
If you want to minimize them, if you double click the name on them, it'll snap them
That's
to
fine.
tiny. Okay.
Stabby stabby.
All right, that'll work.
6.
Okay. You kind of like it snaps down on Old One Eye and then kind of raises itself up. You come in and cut at the stomach. It doesn't seem to do too terribly much to it, but kind of causes a little bit of damage.
Bonus action, I'll throw out a spiritual weapon also, if you can throw another marker up.
Sure.
$13 to hit with it.
That'll work.
$7.
Red one is Grun, green one is Doro. Okay, 7 points. Cool. All right, Calder, your Witch Bolt is still active. You can maintain it, I believe, as an action.
Yep. I'm just gonna scoot a little bit, like a little bit, and yeah, I guess hit it again with Witch Bolt.
It auto hits, so just do the damage. Yeah, click for damage.
5, and then as a bonus action, can I just start blazing?
Yep, that'll work. So
Hell
as
yeah.
the lightning's kind of pulling from the blade, you start moving the aura of the witch magic around you, and you all start to see his movements start to become more graceful and elegant as he's kind of moving out of the shrubbery and into the open there. Okay, the big creature kind of looks down at Rusk and Grun, and is kind of looking between the two. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 is Jeremy, and 4, 5, 6 is Jody. So that'll be Jeremy. It'll bite down on him. Shh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna Stone's Endurance that.
Yeah, it's a good call.
I think I'm still going down.
No, I think you're dead.
Subtract 5 from it.
Yeah, you're dead.
Hold on. You only get one reaction, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Choose wisely. If you have something that will stop it, then stop it. But if not, don't.
Give me a second. Go ahead and move on with killing other people, but I don't.
Okay. Azaka will fire into the target. Hit and miss. So 3 points. All right. Shadow, it's your table.
Yep. I'm gonna move.
Holy shit.
And I'm gonna drop my rapier to the ground and fire my short bow.
Okay. It kind of just drops in point first into the earth next to you. That shot will miss.
Damn it. As my bonus action, I could bonus action dash.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's accurate.
And that's more normal movement, yes?
Yeah, it'll be normal movement again. That's right.
Okay.
You're outside of reach, Kevin.
No, I know. I just for my next turn, I'm trying to see how far away I can get to.
Sure.
I remember
Yeah.
this game.
I saw that 70 damage, and now I'm just
That
Uh-oh.
fuck out of here, dude.
that was.
I just finished this character.
Yeah, that was a really solid
Yeah.
crit. Like that. I just. Yeah, I apologize. But
That was a
10,
lot of
7,
damage.
7.
yeah.
It's the life of open rolls. You know, you just gotta take it as it comes.
Well, that natural 20 kind of set it to a harder scale grouping of monsters, and this thing is pretty beef. So, and then,
I mean, he's also grappled, no?
yeah, it has him in his mouth. That's accurate.
And he can't bite anybody else until he lets me out.
That's accurate. So, Doral is doing.
I'm trying to see if there's a way that he could have saved me.
He doesn't. I don't think he has any reactions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grunt's dead.
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Like Grun got like dead, like he's not down.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
overkill.
it's-
It's 70 damage.
70.
I-
What is your
I have
HP?
24. He did 3
Yeah,
times.
now he's totally
my
dead. Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a dead.
Damn.
I was only able to shave 5 off.
Yeah.
Doral will, I don't know, toll the dead.
Well, yeah, that's fine. And then he can attack with a spiritual weapon as a bonus action as well.
Yeah. There's not a lot going on over here.
So roll a d12 and then roll a spiritual weapons attack.
This campaign is no joke.
And I need to make a saving throw. Wisdom, failure, so he'll take the full 10. And then spiritual weapon attack
19.
hits.
4.
All right. So as you see the bell appear above the T-Rex, it kind of is holding Grun in his mouth, and you can see like this necrotic energy kind of surging from Grun as well, kind of connecting with the bell. It tolls and kind of knocks the T-Rex's head to the side, and then you see the remnants of Grun plop out of the T-Rex's mouth, knocked out of his mouth by the bell. Just a horror show of
Nope.
destruction
Nope.
on Grun. You then see the blade kind of slash into the back of whatever his spiritual weapon is, hit into the back of the creature, and as it kind of like is rearing from the bell, it starts to kind of bleed out of its mouth a bit, and the wounds start to kind of appear more distinct. It's bloodied is what I'm trying to say. Hackenstone will take a swing. He will do so recklessly. It's for 5, 6, 7. All right. Rusk, you are up.
I'm going to swing recklessly.
Okay. Swing and a miss.
That sucks.
As it's kind of turning about, you try to swing at its neck, but it's a bit higher than you were anticipating, and you miss. Okay. One eye. Death saving throw. 1 success. All right. Grun is out of the initiative order. Calder.
Scoot. Oops. And more Witch Bolt damage.
Yep, damage.
10.
Nice.
Just get him with the Emperor 1-2 special.
Yeah, the whole time you guys are swinging swords, and I'm just like, ah!
All right, I'm going to switch it up since Hackenstone's actually hit me at this point for damage. And Rusk hit me for damage last turn and missed last turn. They're kind of the same, basically. I'm going to, again, roll a d6. 1, 2, 3 will be for Hackenstone, and 4, 5, 6 will be for Rusk. So Rusk and bite. 12 probably misses.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it misses. You do not hit me.
All right. So as it's biting down at you, you see its tail kind of it kind of moves into this position, and then he'll bat with his tail against Hackenstone. All right. He will hit Hackenstone with the tail. Kind of takes it across the face, like half of his pale kind of dwarvish face is kind of red now. The side where all the scars are. But that's the end for the T-Rex. Azaka will... She's going to be doing the same amount of damage either way, so she'll just take shots.
Spiritual weapons don't make opportunity attacks, right?
No. Hit and hit, so she'll deal 12 points. Hitting it in the ankles, it kind of like gets low from these two attacks. It seems to be pretty well wounded and kind of getting a bit tired and agitated at this point.
Does it try to pull out any arrows? Because I think that would be funny to see.
It's trying to reach for him with his little hand. Shout out.
Yep. I'm going to fire again. 12. Hello?
Sorry. That'll miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to
Bonus
move a
action
little
hide.
bit back. Is there a place to hide?
Yeah, you're in.
It's down.
You're in shrubbery right now. The watermarks.
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay. So next time you'll have advantage on the attack. All right. Doral.
Yeah. What are the arrows made out of that they shot it with?
Oh, they're just shooting normal arrows at it.
Like, what are the heads?
I'd say probably metal, yeah. But you can't see them
Okay.
to cast heat metal on them.
Why not?
Because that's just the way the spell works. You have to be able to see the metal to heat it.
Because they're embedded in the skin of the monster they were shot at.
Yeah.
Well, somebody stab it with something.
You would need arrow shafted arrows or iron shafted arrows to do that nonsense, and I don't think that would fly. See what I did there?
Yeah,
Someone
you were really heavy.
Somebody whip a dagger at it. Spiritual weapon's going to move.
Okay, and it can move and attack, I believe.
Yeah, 20 feet.
Yep.
11 to hit.
Misses.
Then I'll pull the dead.
Okay. Saving throw. I was bound to succeed at 1, so no damage. The bell kind of it starts to form, but then kind of stops manifesting. It seems like the energy kind of starts pouring down towards Grun's dead body. Hackenstone will attack recklessly.
Door will move to square.
Okay. He didn't move out of my threatening, right? Okay, good.
No, I move closer.
Into it.
All right. Swing and a miss. Miss, that's a miss. All right. It'll go to Rusk.
Reckless.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, come on!
Swing and a miss. One eye
Yeah,
death
this is
saving.
Damn.
bad. We need those HP whittled
Right?
away.
One eye death saving throw.
Oh man.
I think roll 20 is broken.
No, it's fine.
It's cheating.
That's 2 successes. Calder, auto damage with Witch Bolt.
Yeah. Let's roll a d12.
Yeah.
6.
All right. And maintaining your defensive posture with song.
Hell yeah.
All right. Seeing the situation is basically butt end towards Hackenstone, and face end is kind of towards. It's kind of turning and moving and shifting. My bite attack will go at Rusk. It'll hit with a 23. You'll take 41 piercing, so halving it, it'll do 20 to you.
Okay.
Kind of reaches down and slams into you, and grabs a hold of you with its mouth, and then lifts you off of the ground. And basically, it now has lifted its head upwards, right? and your feet are kind of up here. Think Attack on Titan style. Like it's getting prepped to like try and swallow you down or bite harder into you. You are effectively restrained while you're in its mouth. You can attempt to break the grapple by making a action attempt, DC 17 to escape it. You can still attack while you're restrained, but I believe you have disadvantage. Let me double check. Restrained says attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and attack rolls from the creature have disadvantage. Okay? So if you recklessly attack while inside of its mouth, you'll just be attacking straight on.
Got it.
Alright, Azaka will take more shots. Bing, bing. Hit and miss. 7 damage. It kind of cries out, and you can kind of feel its hot breath like just passing over you as from the shot. Shadow.
Same. I'm going to pop out of cover.
You have advantage on your attack.
Please, please.
He remembered how to rogue. Okay. Damage.
Remembered how to roll. 7 plus 11, 18.
Solid.
I'm going to bone it and pop back into cover, maybe in a slightly different spot.
Kind of hop over to the side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For flavor, I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw. All right, so it's more than the damage. So it kind of, you hit it in the back of the neck, and you kind of see it like sink through. Rusk, your face is down, looking into its throat, and you actually see the arrow appear inside of the back of its throat. This is a pretty deadly wound, but it seems to still be alive. But you can see the arrowhead just down the shaft of the creature's throat a bit.
I'm totally going to try to eat it from the inside.
It's fine, dude. All right, Doral.
Doral. I don't know. Spiritual weapon.
Okay, swing. Miss.
10. And he will nail Toll the Dead again. Seems
Okay.
worth.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. All right, and save. I think that works. His wisdom modifier is what?
3.
Okay, so that means he's have a 13 DC. So yeah, the bell keeps on dragging its necrotic energy into Grun's corpse. Him laying.
And foliage is difficult terrain.
I would say so, yeah, but moving around him, it's not going to be difficult terrain. Moving around
Okay,
the
so I'm gonna-
because it's cleared all the terrain with a swinging tail.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll around to the right to get to Old One Eye.
Okay. Staying in close and kind of
Yeah.
maneuvering. Got it.
Wrap around his body.
Okay. Cool. Hackenstone will recklessly attack. Hits. He kind of tries to jump up onto its leg, slamming into the leg with the axe. The T-Rex kind of drops down a bit, and you kind of feel your body shaking inside of its throat, Rusk. And you almost feel like you're touching ferns with your feet now that its head's descended down, but you're still locked inside of its teeth. Rusk, you're up. What would you like to do?
So, if I make as an action, I can try to break free, and
Yeah.
then as my bonus action, can I do the bite, the hunger thing that I did last time, or is
You
that
could.
only one?
Yeah, but yeah, that's accurate. So let me give you a couple of options here, just so you know what you're doing. If you attack while inside of it, but you do so recklessly, you'll have advantage and disadvantage, which means they cancel out. And then you could bonus action bite it as well. You could do both. If you use your attempt to break the grapple and then hungry jaws it, you'll have
lose
advantage on hungry jaws. So you're either going to make 2 attacks, or you're going to make 1 attack with advantage. And basically, equivalency-wise, that's the same thing. So do you
Okay,
want to stay inside of it and fight, or do you want to try and get out
Yes,
and fight? Okay.
I'm going to stay inside of it and
That's
fight.
a bit more death metal, so yeah, go ahead and gain
That is pretty death metal.
gain inspiration. It's not going to help you here.
23!
All right, and then go ahead and roll your hungry jaws.
14.
Give me damage from both.
12 plus 2, so 14 on the maul,
Okay.
and then 8. And then do I do plus 2 since I'm raging on that
On
too?
both attacks. Yep.
10.
Okay. So
Nice.
It's that angry bite.
I have a pretty good mentality of how this is going to play out, but if you have a descriptive that you want to do, I'll totally yield to you. But I have a really cool idea for how this thing dies to your
Go for it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you just open mouth kiss that dinosaur.
When
Hell yeah, I did.
When you kind of dropped down and felt your feet kind of touching the ferns, you felt a little bit of freedom in your arms, and the light that was descending down kind of became dark inside of it, but you still had a good idea as to where that arrowhead was. So you turned the hammer in towards yourself and pushed, and then felt it connect with the shaft and the head of that arrow and kind of just yank at the flesh inside, tearing its esophagus and the back of its neck a little bit wider open as you kind of moved the shaft of the arrow before it snapped, causing a lot of its bile and its like saliva to flare out the back of its neck, and blood, of course. As you did that, its tongue started kind of like moving about wildly, and you bit the center of it and just tore backwards, kind of like trying to pull yourself away as it kind of like let you out of it, just kind of spitting you with its gag reflex, and then falling backwards. In that falling backwards, I need... Nope, it'll fall back this way.
I like tongue stuff.
But yeah, you come out of that thing with a very large mass of its tongue in your mouth, and it just falls backwards dead, laying next to the dead body of Grun.
Whatever else is in my mouth, I continue eating. And then how much do I heal from that with that one?
It's the damage, I think, for Hungry Jaws, yeah.
Sweet.
What a legit ability.
It's from Lizard Folk.
It's a fantastic ability.
It's basically a one-off. You can make a bonus action bite attack that heals you. But yeah, so surveying the situation as it stands, the lightning bolt, witch bolt kind of fades from connectivity. Everyone else kind of looks at the situation, looking to it. Grun's armor is basically torn apart, and you can see the exposed flesh underneath, most of it being kind of darker in color, and some of it being kind of dark red, as it looks like it's been torn open. And you can see the weird necrosized flesh kind of peeled back away from the muscles, and a bit of the pale white, but in some places kind of like darkened bone of Grun exposed to the air. His armor is useless. Tree bar lays off, or the sword he wields lays off to the side, and his body lays there, motionless. What would you like to do?
Not be
that thing.
unconscious anymore.
Yeah, Doral just keeps throwing the spiritual weapon into it over and over again, and he keeps trying to cast Spare the Dying on Grun.
Okay. There is no sparing of this death, unfortunately.
It's a cantrip. He just keeps doing it.
Okay.
Calder would give Rust a pat on the back and say, "Damn, I'd love to see you put that bite on some sea creatures, my friend."
It's coming. I go up and I cut off its femur.
Okay, just so you have an idea of how tall that is,
That's fine.
that haunch of its leg is probably as tall as Grun.
Oh, well, I'm going to cut off a portion of it, then I'll break it.
It's only like 7 feet.
And you have to cut into the flesh to do it, and kind of rip apart the thigh muscles to get to its leg. So you'll spend some time kind of chopping away
I'll help him.
with your
Rations.
hammer.
Yeah, it's a hammer.
Okay.
I have it. So
And so basically, One Eye, being kind of a survivalist, you realize that this process that he's engaging in is
I'm
ruining...
still unconscious.
Oh, sorry, you're unconscious.
My cleric is being a little thick-headed instead of
Hey,
healing the guy who
Listen,
could be
I don't play a
alive.
healing cleric.
You are right now.
You're sparing the dying on the dead. Oh, that reminds me. Old One Eye, go ahead and make a death
He's
saving.
breathing.
Make a death
No.
saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
no, I'm definitely almost dead.
Do you wanna
We
turn-
have a healing potion somewhere, don't we?
you wanna turn
Spare
your-
the
Yeah.
dying on One Eye.
Okay. Do you want to heal him? Like with a cure wounds?
Yeah, I'll get to it. He's still grieving his friend, man.
Don't rush him.
No.
Too
Zach was
soon.
texting me because he's listening. Hold on, Zach was texting me because he's listening to Twitch. He told me to jump on top of this dinosaur, set the shield against it, and heat metal to damage them both because Grun got hurt. was like, no, that's dumb.
He wasn't here to save you, bro. He was
He
last
wants
week.
to make bad decisions, so I'm making bad decisions for him.
Okay, perfectly fine. That said, if he spares the dying on him at this point, then you're good. We're out of combat. And
I'm still unconscious because I still haven't regained any hit points.
sure. I'll go ahead and do some math real quick.
You're back at 9.
That fight was worth 550 experience apiece.
I think that's enough.
You, what would you like to do once you kind of all regain yourself? It looks like Azaka and Hackenstone kind of look at what Rusk is doing, and then as he kind of tires himself out a little bit, they say, Azaka says, "Is there a point in that?"
I like to do crafts. I'm going to do cunning artisan to make something out of it.
Sure. Azaka pulls out a dagger and throws it over to Hackenstone. He takes his one good arm and walks over to it, places his stub on the portion of the leg that you basically mangled, and starts cutting away at the flesh, and then breaks the hub of the bone that you didn't take out, and kind of starts throwing it out, and says, "Well, you can have that part, I guess."
Cool.
And they look like they start going. The two of them start going to work on this T-Rex. If One Eye kind of shapes himself up and wants to go to
I was
town
gonna
too.
say, as I'm walking over, like the side of my body that was like bitten into, you can just kind of see like some bit of primal magic. He's kind of like put his hand over his own body, trying to close the wound.
You
And he
notice
says, "Yes, there's a pretty big point to it.
as
These
you
animal
as you
can
so go ahead.
yield very useful material, and as well, its stomach could have quite a trove in it as well."
So as you're kind of curing yourself, I apologize trying to cut in there. I wanted to make sure you understood. You start to feel at where it bit, like up and along the side of the body, and the wounds are closed, and it feels like you don't have as much pain in those places, but there are scars. And you look at Hackenstone, and it's like looking in a mirror for a second with the scars that are along his face, and he kind of gives you one of these.
Yeah, and it was like you said, it was the same side as my blind eye, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that side of my body is just fucked up.
Yep.
You look like Two-Face now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd even say you can say part of my lip is almost like gone. You can start to see some lizardy fangs, just kind of.
Just torn back, and you can just see the gums and the fucking teeth. That's fucking death metal, dude. But go ahead and make a survival check and see if you can help along with the carving up of this thing. You have advantage for the check.
Like yeah, like I said, specifically, I'm trying to open its stomach because
And
God
what's
knows
your-
this thing probably eats everything.
What's your favorite enemy?
The undead.
Okay, not this one.
And with that being said, as well, because we saw last session, we saw that corpse that like came back to life, even though it was pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure Grun's body is disposed of properly, or it might haunt us in the night.
That's when you dipped into the bad area, the bad segment of town, the definitely more necrotic place. But anyways, you start gutting this thing. Go ahead and roll me 1 second here. Roll a D100. Go.
All right, I love it. Random stuff.
69.
Nice.
Give me that like effigy of fertility.
Roll a D4. No, apologies. Don't roll a D4. Sorry. Roll 3D6.
A 2, a 3, and a 2.
You find 7 gemstones inside of its gullet, kind of packed down. It looks like there are bits and parts of bags that might have been containing those gemstones. It does look like there might have been gold in here, but the heat of its like acidic gut and the weight of the gold kind of caused those to distend outwards and be gone. So that's useless. But these gemstones seem to have stuck inside of it and lasted a bit. These gemstones are probably worth about 100 gold pieces apiece. It looks like 3 of them are diamonds, and 2 of them are rubies, and 2 of them are star sapphires.
Nice.
Then you had. Okay, roll me another D100.
How many diamonds? How many rubies?
3 diamonds, 2 rubies, 2 star sapphires.
All right, I'll put that in the treasury.
It's the cut that makes them worth more, though. So the cut is finer on the star sapphires because those are typically cheaper.
So I think I said roll 100, not roll a D100.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, there we go. 28.
All right. Okay, and then roll me one more D100.
7.
All right. Okay. There also appears to be what looks like a bow that's maintained itself pretty well inside of the gullet. It looks like it's stringless at the current point, but it looks like it's a pretty fine elvish make. And then there's also a potion that you can't see the contents of because the glass has basically become faded from that acid bath it's been kind of set to. But the stopper's on it, and if you kind of pull it out of the portion of the stomach that you're cutting it from and kind of shake it, it sounds like the contents have been untainted by the stomach acids.
What kind of bow?
That's a longbow.
Can I ask Doral to identify it for us? He's typically pretty good on.
Yeah, Doral has identified, if I recall correctly. So yeah, he'll go ahead and identify it. It's a +1 longbow.
Oh,
Cool. I put it on my back. You said it's like elvish make?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
so the diamonds, rubies, and star sapphires are each worth 100 gold pieces.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Can I check out the teeth? How big are the teeth?
Pretty big. Yeah.
Bigger than a dagger?
You could probably use like its main incisors if you pull them as daggers if you're able to craft and fashion them through the course of a long rest, I'd say.
Okay. Are they the normal strength of teeth? They're not stronger than
No, they're
they're not as strong
stronger.
as metal or
They're stronger.
They're stronger,
than
yeah,
normal teeth,
I
but
want-
they're not as strong as metal.
okay. I will grab. I'll try to take one if I can.
Sure.
Use my hammer or crowbar,
Yeah.
pull one out.
And over the course of a long rest, you'll be able to fashion it into a leather hilted dagger.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Jackson, flip Doral back over
Yeah,
to
he
him.
can. Go ahead and drop him into there. And Jeremy, I went ahead and made you a blank character sheet in the characters. So if you want to start that process, you can. I'm going to whisper you something on the side. So go ahead and take that. All right. Oh, shit.
Hey guys,
Hey, Zach.
Ooh.
what'd I miss?
Oh, nothing.
Hold on a second.
What?
Okay, I'm not going back. It's already too late. It's
What'd you do?
It's meat grinder mode. Death saving throws are 15 or higher.
Whoa, that's okay. We're good. We're good.
No, we're not, because one I would have died. But I presume if he had failed a death saving throw, Doral would have actually done something earlier before Grun got destroyed.
Yeah, I was not paying enough attention. I would have gone over there before the second death. The
Perfectly fine.
death save was made.
Got it. So he would have been fine.
You know,
Yeah, I'd have
die,
been on the spot with it.
Yeah, I know. But I forgot my own rules, so just a quick reminder. If you're making death saving throws, tell me how I'm supposed to be running the game, please. Because I forget. But yeah, meat grinder mode is in effect. Okay, that said, Doral, what you missed is Grun got eaten, took 70-some odd damage in the first shot. You met a new friend, a sea elf, who apparently is some sort of wizard, Harry, and you have made it to a resting point.
And just bad news and bad news.
Yep. So that said, you guys are going to be bedding down for the night, is the presumption. And yeah, well, for the day rather. Apologies, because you're sleeping during the day.
I would like to take the time to clean Grun's body of, all the blood and prep him for a proper burial. before bedding down, and probably dig a grave.
Okay, no problem. And perform last rites and all of that. His armor was
Yes.
ruined. His greatsword was not.
I'll probably fix the armor with the cleric trait and probably bury him with all of it.
We should do that thing I said where you wait till dawn and learn general repose and carry my body around.
That is. Oh, you want me to carry you around?
No, quick note.
No.
A quick note that you want to keep in mind: resurrection is not an option at this point because the soul.
I didn't think it was.
You
I'm
can't
still going to bury him with his
The
stuff.
curse.
You can't resurrect anybody. Death is death. Even if you'd had a spell that could have revivified him, it wouldn't have worked.
No,
Yeah,
no,
until-
no wasting third level slots on Revivify.
Note,
Until they
note
find-
the cleric.
Yeah, metagame.
Until they find the artifact and fix all this.
Yeah, sure, fair enough. But if they're going to take that much effort into it, they should just cast true resurrection and bring them on back to full health all the way up from start. Anywho, that said, you guys would bed down for the day. Calder, you've been sleeping nights or resting nights and traveling during the day because that's what feels right. But these people kind of moving around in the night while you were resting and kind of intercepted you. And now you see why. They are basically bedding down to set themselves ready for the daytime. Do you want to talk to anybody in particular? Because they're all new faces.
I guess at this point, would I have deemed that Azaka as the most knowledgeable, or I guess not, because all we've done is fight a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because I know me as a person, Kevin. Yeah, I know that she knows everything. Yeah, I guess not. I just kind of keep to myself for now, unless someone talked to me.
Okay.
Times are harsh. They just lost a guy who I just met, and yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's not gonna approach, I'd approach him, intentionally showing my fucked up side and pretty much being like, yeah, you kind of see what you're getting into traveling with us. We lost a man yesterday, and we lost a man today, and probably lose someone else tomorrow. But we're gonna keep pushing forward. But if you still
I
want to
hope
travel
not.
with us,
I don't really have much choice. I hope that it's not going to continue on this path.
rule the jungle, I suppose.
Go ahead.
Have you guys, hold on, have they told me that they're going to the Firefinger?
They said you have to be ready to fight, or you have to be ready to
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, okay, so where are you guys headed in this jungle? You know I'm trying to get to port, but you said you have a mission at hand.
We're heading to the Firefinger.
What's that?
Some sort of mountain, I presume.
Okay.
I've never been here before.
Oh, okay. Has anyone here
There's,
been here before?
Terra folk or something like that. I'm Feyrudian, so I'm not sure.
You hear a voice come from Azaka, and she says, I've been there. Terra folk, winged reptilian folk, presumably cousins of our lizard folk companions, reign over the Firefinger. You might have seen them flying about in your travels if you came from the coast. We go there to kill them all and recover a mass that's of importance to me.
Kill them all. There's no way you think you could leverage their ancestry to maybe not kill them all?
She kind
I kind of look at the lizard folk.
She kind of looks at you, like
I spit.
I'm making something out of a bow and I act like I didn't hear you.
Shadow would say we go to the Firefinger out of agreement with Azaka so that she will be our guide.
Well, Azaka.
Do you
On a
speak?
scale-
You speak
Go for it.
Draconic?
Negative.
I was gonna say, 'cause, yeah, hold on. He just kind of says some. It sounds like a guttural, kind of like a barking language under his breath as he's like spitting on the. Anyone who could speak Draconic might just be Krusk, but yeah, I pretty much say like they're no cousins of mine.
I hold up what I'm doing, like, yeah.
I'd ask Azaka, how much more dangerous are these Terra folk compared to that beast we just encountered?
We were able to kill that. We will be able to kill Terrafolk without problem. The Tyrannosaurus
Okay.
is the strongest of the creatures that dwells that I'm aware of. Hackensote says, "No, lady, that's not even the strongest at all by far, but it's pretty tough." You see
Kale
Azaka,
was feeling really good until he said that.
you see Azaka kind of go, "Correct, Zach." So yeah, as you guys are spending your time kind of doing your watches during the day, what you
John,
do-
quick question.
Go.
In this camp, do we have is there a stream, a source of fresh water, or are we using the alchemy jug?
Alchemy jug.
Okay.
Unless you want to descend down the ravine to the basin, which is some 300 or so feet down.
No.
No.
That's okay.
Whoa, what would Payroth say?
He'd just jump right in. Sort out the admin later.
Rolling down the ravine. Ah!
The many deaths of Payroth. Anyway, as the day kind of ascends, though, as the sun rises and you start to see a bit more of the terrain, dear north of you, like just maybe 30 or so feet ahead, you can see it kind of in the distance. There's a higher rocky outcropping, and there appears to be kind of like a tower-like protrusion coming up from the mountains. Azaka, if she's awake, kind of looks to whoever's on watches, and will kind of go, "That's where we're headed. We're almost there. One more day's travel, we should be upon them. Be ready."
You said we did do a long rest for the night.
You're doing a long rest now, so before it's ended, though, go ahead and give me 3d20 rolls, and I already know your watch cycle.
And we'd also level up during this long rest.
Okay.
I'd like to take Grun's sword before I bury him and turn it into a javelin.
Okay.
Dick.
Okay. That's fine. It's javelin now. Do you keep it or do you leave it with a?
No, I'm keeping it.
Oh, okay.
I made some darts out of the bone.
Made some what?
Darts.
Oh, make a survival check.
You should make some big rib javelins, dude.
13.
Unless you're wanting to spend someone's inspiration on that. You made some shards. They are improvised weapons if you're going to try and throw them. They are not darts.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Just reaches into his pouch and pulls out a bunch of shit. Throws.
Are you allowing feats for 4th level or stat? Just stat.
4th level feats are fine. And you did just. We're about to complete a long rest. At the end of the long rest, you'll gain the level. So don't level yet.
Oh.
There might be fighting. So roll d20. So someone rolled. I need total of 3 d20s for the rest of the night.
Got it. 17, 3, 19.
Okay, roll a d100.
That's the D100, the hardest to get to. 90. Another T-Rex.
Two Tyrannosaurus.
Two.
Yeah.
That was the mother.
Okay. So as you are resting, whoever's on the final watch, as the sun's kind of descending down, bear with me here. As the sun's descending down, something kind of becomes apparent. You just kind of see it, and you can see that there's kind of something kind of looming nearby. It looks like some sort of statue or worked stone. Let's see, who would be on third watch? It was Shadow and
Zaka?
Azaka. So Shadow, you would see that there's a statue not too far ahead. Looks like some kind of strange statue.
strange.
Yep. I mean, definitely strange to your eyes.
So a statue
You cut out. What did you say?
in
You're cutting out a lot. He's a lost cause, gentlemen's.
in what shape?
Yeah, it appears to be in humanoid shape.
I would whisper to Azaka, "What is that? Do you know?"
Oh, it's nothing. And she kind of just goes back to keeping an eye out. I'm keeping my eye out for the moving and the living. I'm not concerned with that.
Okay. I draw a picture of it in my notebook.
Well, you have to move closer to it to get kind of an idea of what it really looks like. Do you do that?
Oh no, I'm not gonna do. No, I definitely.
What would Payroth do?
Payroth, yeah, I'm gonna think about that, and I'm gonna do the opposite. It's
You
like,
sure? Last
yeah,
call.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yes.
Last call. You're not gonna.
No!
You're not gonna risk it.
Dude, it's gonna be some crazy. The whole statue is another person that you get to control, and it's magic.
Write that down.
I'm good.
You're gonna avoid it, not pay attention to it, not move over to it.
I'm gonna listen to Azaka's advice. She hasn't steered us wrong so far.
She seems to not notice what you're talking about. She just says, "It's probably a statue. It's not a big deal," and just goes back to focusing.
What could go wrong, dude? There's no frogs nearby.
How tall is the statue?
Yeah, it looks like it's might be 4 feet tall.
Look at that peer pressure working.
Yeah, you can fight the statue.
As we're
It's little.
asleep, go touch it. Go look at it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna stay put.
All right. Okay. The watch goes by uneventfully. As you start to kind of get everybody up and the night kind of goes to it, the statue you kind of lose sight of it as the darkness kind of descends, and you're kind of focused on other things. But everyone kind of wakes up, starts getting in their quote unquote breakfast, but it's more of a dinner or din fast, if you will, as you're waking up at the latter portion of the day. Oh, sorry. Hold on, real quick. Apologies. I keep forgetting. And I have people in the wrong squares right now, but I'll fix that while I'm asking this question. You trance, Sea Elf. You would have been awake for that last watch too. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so he sees it?
I'm smart. Do I like see anything different about it? Like, can I investigate it from afar, or do I have to get really close to do something?
You'd have to get over
With
close
his
to it
elf
to be able
vision.
to see it. Like, in more detail.
What does it look like?
Humanoid.
Like, I need a reason to go check it out.
Humanoid statue.
Ah, fuck it, let's go. Yeah, I go check it out. We're gonna investigate it. I've survived this far.
Wait, what?
He survived this far. It's his
You've
first
survived
day
for.
back.
Hey, you don't know how long he's been in the jungle for, okay? By himself.
Awesome.
Oh god.
But I
No,
hope
it's
it's
taking
something
too
really
long
good
to
for
tell
you.
me what happened.
I really do hope it's something good for you.
I hope so too. Look, it's either gonna be a magic item or death.
Okay, so as you approach the statue... I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix the video. It seems to be messing up. Mostly because of Zach's face. But anyways, I got it fixed now. As you approach the statue, you see that it appears to be a man-shaped statue, very Chultan style. Set upon its chest, there appears to be some sort of maze patterning on it. It appears to wear a hat that looks like a crocodile, although or an alligator perhaps. As you kind of look at it, though, you start to realize that it's more an alligator or something that's on the back of this person and kind of riding on it like a hat. As you kind of look at it, you see that there's a maze, like kind of pattern on its chest. That's it.
Okay. and that's all there is. There's a maze on this thing's chest, and it's holding a man, and it looks like an alligator.
Yeah, it's a man, and it looks like he has a hat that is an alligator, like a whole ass alligator, but the top of it is just the head. And then on his chest, it appears there's a symbol of some significance. It's a maze pattern. You could make a religion check, but because you're not familiar with Schultz religions, I'd say you'd have. No, you travel a bit, maybe.
I mean, can I just like go back and get Azaka and be like, "Hey, you, come over here. What is this? Tell me what this is."
Did we point by or did we roll stats for this?
It was
Point
array.
Standard array.
Standard array. That's right. Point by or standard array is fine.
It sounds like this is the thing that we did the thing at. Where we got the alchemy jug.
Yeah, but I don't know that at all.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just out of character musing.
What'd you
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
What'd you get on the
What?
Religion check? I told you to make a religion check. Sorry.
7. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, doesn't seem familiar to you. But there is a maze pattern on its chest. Yeah.
Is there a... Oh, this is a stupid idea. Yeah, never mind. If anything, I'd just go ask Azaka if she has no idea upon her coming over and looking at it. If she would be inclined to do so, then...
She says, what you're describing is a symbol of Ubtao, the protector of Cholt, the creator of this island. She looks over in that direction, but I don't see what you're talking about. Do you turn around and look back in that direction?
Yes.
You see a statue.
Okay, I'm going to turn back to her and say, you don't see this statue over there of this man with a lizard hat?
And then Shadow kind of looks over in that direction too and goes, huh. You saw it before, but you don't see it now. Shadow.
But I can still see it.
But you can still see it.
Oh, it's fucking destiny. Okay, go back to the statue. I'm going to pick up a twig from the ground and guide it through the maze.
Okay. Make an straight intelligence check.
Six.
You fuck it up on the first patterning, and you kind of trace it, and then you kind of drag, and you kind of end up in a dead end, and then you kind of just see this blink of energy kind of appear on the maze, kind of a reddish color, and then you kind of go and toss the stick aside, becoming disinterested in it, and as you kind of turn back to look to Azaka, you turn back at the statue, and the statue appears to have just disappeared.
Damn. It was going to be a good magic item, and I can feel.
Alright. You walk on back to the group, you finish your rest. It comes to evening time or late night time. There's 8 minutes before 7 o'clock. We did start a little bit later today, though, so if you guys want to continue on a little bit longer, we can.
That'd be fine with me.
I'm good. I'm good.
I can do a little bit, but not too much.
Okay. So, start of the day. Give me D20 roll and a move.
Are we going to level or?
You should level to 4th, correct. Actually, yeah, that makes a good point. I'm sure it's going to take some time for that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream, and we'll just do the leveling portion from this point forward. Thanks for watching, stopping the stream, and we'll see you possibly next week, but probably the week after that. We'll see how it goes. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, bye.